Welcome everyone on today's Metal3 Community meeting. My name is Adam Rosman and I will be your host today. Today is the 21st of May, 2025, and as you might have noticed, the previous three meetings have been cancelled for various reasons. I have been away, and also there have been a KCD event in Finland and other things going on. So this is the first proper meeting since the 23rd of April. But we will continue as usual. There will be a meeting every week. So before we would go forward, I see a lot of new names in the participant list. So feel free to introduce yourself. Now is the time.
Hello everybody. Sorry for I don't have camera. My Ubuntu has some driver problem, so no camera for me. But yeah, my name is Nuutti Hakala. I started with Ericsson a couple of weeks ago. I am a trainee there. I'm quite newbie with this Kubernetes stuff. Yeah, I just came here to introduce myself. Probably gonna start contributing soonish. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Erja. I am also a trainee at Ericsson or Ericsson Software Technology, and I have already done a couple of contributions to Metal3, and I will be working with that in the following months too. So yeah, nice to be here.
Hello, I'm Siiri. I'm also in the same situation, so I'm an intern at the Ericsson Software Technology as well. I just started at the beginning of May, and then yeah, so these are pretty new technologies to me as well, but super nice to be a part of the team.
Okay, welcome folks. So I think only you three are the ones who have never participated. Okay, I think we can continue. So please remember that the meeting is recorded. If anyone would like to help the project grow, you can contribute by filtering for the help wanted and good first issue labels, and you can find quite a lot of these. We have 90 different issues that are waiting for someone to pick them up, and there are very complex ones and there are very simple ones. So if any of the newcomers are interested, feel free to browse among these issues. And then, as usual, I will mention that if someone would like to officially acknowledge the adoption of Metal3 or disclose that you are an adopter of Metal3, please do so by pushing PR to the adopt and modifying the adopters.md file in the root of the community repository, the same way as others have done, and that would help us gauge the level of adoption. If you think that you are facing a CI-related issue, some tests are failing on your pull request, but you think it's not related to your changes, then please create an issue in the affected repository and link that issue to the Metal3 CI tracker project, and that way we can more easily follow up. Related to the ongoing incubation, I don't know if you noticed, but we have got a kind of deadline or a label that our project, like the voting about our incubation, will happen as part of the Q2 TOC like session or votings, and yeah, we are looking forward to that, and let's hope that everything will go smoothly and we get accepted. Okay, if anyone is interested about any other statistics or artifacts or any other like documentation or any other info, please follow the links that you can find here, and you can also find these on the GitHub page. Okay, related to the working groups, I have moved over topics from last week that I've seen Ricardo posted last week, but I have put them directly into the discussion topics, so we don't have anything under the carryover topics or this reminder section. But feel free to add anything to the discussion topics related to community working groups. I can say that much that I don't see Dimitri at the moment, so he was a big driver behind that. Is there anyone else who would like to talk about scalability, so FCAS or tests or anything? What I can already say is that there will be tests, new tests. Yeah, go on, Adil.
Yeah, the CI is failing for the scalability tests in CapM3, and which is using, I think, FCAS and those things. We are working on it. FP is working on it, so hopefully soon it will be fixed, but right now it's failing.
Okay, thank you. I don't think we have any development other than the CI related to that, or the CI issues related to the ARM. I had no time to organize anything around the ARM support, so let's put that on hold for now. I think we can continue with the release team and the roadmap. So as you may have noticed, and I have also linked here, the 1.10 cycle has practically ended. All the main or minor releases that we planned for the 1.10 have been released, and I would like to thank Pepe for driving the 1.10 cycle, and also all the contributors who contributed in any shape or form to the project. And then the new release team is Ricardo, Kashif, and me, and I will be the new release team. Kashif will be the shadow, and Ricardo, as usual. I just thought that you would carry on with the ironic related release activities.
Yeah, and ERSO too for the time being. And actually, I didn't put it there, but we are planning for a new bug fix probably next week. I think it's time again.
Nice. I will add it. You mean ironic bug fix, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so is there any question, comment related to the 1.10 cycle or the 1.11 cycle? Okay, if nothing, let's continue with the discussion topics. And Ricardo, you had a few topics last week.
Yeah, it's related to Python 3.9 being so we're upstream in OpenStack. We're phasing off Python 3.9 since it's going to be EOL in October, and we are currently able to keep well all the requirements and the upper constraints still with some Python 3.9 libraries, but this is not going to last. So I just moved the ironic image to Python 3.12, and at the same time moving the resources as well. So ironic client, virtual BNC, and sushi tools. Although there's a little issue at the moment that we're still investigating, and so the patch for the resource images is blocked. But yeah, the main image, the ironic image, is now running with Python 3.12, and we are also moving out from Python 3.9 in the ironic CI.
Yep. From my side, that sounds reasonable. I think it has been already.
Yeah, yeah. We actually rushed a little bit because the removal in OpenStack was kind of sudden. We thought we had a little bit more time, but they're pushing to remove all the Python 3.9 dependencies. So
okay, thank you very much for working on this.
yeah, no problem.
Okay, and then basically that was everything related to that. I'm just reading still the.
Yeah, there's the other option would have been I just added a point there to use CentOS 10 directly since we have the image for it. But the problem is that upstream, in OpenStack, there's no support for it yet. So we cannot build images there. We cannot use CentOS 10 nodes. And yeah, that would not be ideal. So I just went for running Python 3.12 on CS9 instead, at least for now, until we don't until we have the until we can and have support for CS10 also in Ironic in OpenStack.
Okay, makes sense. Is there anyone who has questions related to the 3.12 Python change or the ironic image change in general? Okay, if not, then thanks, Ricardo. Let's continue with the discussion topic. So we have one from Serhi and Mirantis.
Yeah, hi everyone. For this specific topic, representing Mirantis, and basically we really want to have official chart of Metal3 Helm chart in the organization, right? And willing to contribute. Basically, a lot of time we had our own copy of the chart, somewhat like partially right done for our specific use cases. I also noticed that, in the discussion, that SUSE has this also, like their own copy that they use. And I was wondering if maybe someone from SUSE is here, so we maybe could collaborate on that. It doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel, but if not, we can probably do it ourselves. But I'm hoping we can just do it together, right?
Yeah, this is a topic that have surfaced multiple times. I also know that Orange has also this ham charts that they use and they maintain on GitLab somewhere. I can share that project also. This Silva and Conot projects. They use a version of ham charts that can deploy MetaCube to a certain extent, as I understand. So as I see in the participant list, we have nobody from SUSE at the moment. I said it last time, a year ago or 2 years ago, when this was discussed the last time, that I have nothing against it. We just need someone who is willing to maintain it on the long run, and then we have to agree about where would the charts live. So would it be that every repo, like every core component, would have their own charts within the repos, or we would have one repo with all the charts and so on. So there are these technical questions. what I would say is that I would really like to see a proposal like in the MetaCube docs, and then we can go from there. And please, folks, if you have any opinion, now is the time to mention it, because
Yeah, I would first like to make it explicit that are you proposing to maintaining the charts in MetalCube organization, or were you just asking if you can maintain the SUSE ones?
No, I mean, it doesn't make sense for us to. I mean, if SUSE wants to contribute this to the organization, it makes sense to take their chart, right? I mean, if not, we can make our own. But I'm hoping that we can collaborate on this, because like it seems that chart is pretty much okay. I mean, it feels good enough. And it's obviously will be under the Metal3 organization, and we can decide specificalities like we mentioned before. It's a separate repo on each component, and doesn't really matter. But we're pretty engaged to have this upstream, right, and support it. In case of SUSE, if SUSE wants to contribute this chart to the upstream, it will make more sense, because the usage of SUSE is basically like the big one, right? So we have the same. I mean, they can use this official chart in their telco clouds, and we have like extra CI there, basically, right? And if they don't, when they don't, I don't know. We can do it separately, but hoping that SUSE will also contribute. So I was wondering, can we maybe do some kind of unofficial announcement in the channel in Slack? I mean, just to like engage SUSE, maybe Orange, into this.
Yep. I can write a mail, and then we can also tag or mention these folks. I know who is our most active person from SUSE, and yeah, also have a few Orange contact persons, so we can I think ping them. That's not a problem.
Yeah, it will be great if we can collaborate on this whole, because the test environments will like hugely expand on this. I mean, there are different things that you would expect from charts, right? And testing is great.
Yeah, that certainly will add an extra dimension to all the CI that we have, and also related to storing the deliverables, and we might have then a artifact hub dimension to all these things, so we might have to publish them there. And yep, that a lot of things would become a work item if we decide to go this way. Yep. I will just add that I have to make a announcement. Okay. Is there anyone who has any fundamental problems with having charts? I know that there was one thing in the past that was kind of a blocker or a serious question, and that was the update of the CRs or the CRDs. Yeah. So that was a weak point in Helm, and I have not followed that has the new Helm version, because I think we have now Helm 4 at this point, but I have not followed the development, so I don't know if that has been sorted out or not. But last time when we were looking into this, one major blocker was that the charts were unable to, like, there was no native functionality to update a CR. That's how I understood it.
Yeah, CRDs are still like no officially sane way to do it. Yeah, so everybody's struggling, but I mean, what else is there? I mean, you still need Helm charts, right? So basically, the solution is to have CRDs in a separate chart. One of the solutions.
Okay. Okay, I just adding this as a comment that it's still an issue. Okay, I think I would propose the timeline is that I will announce it, and then we will try to see, or we will see whether folks from SUSE and Orange join, and what's their opinion about contributing to this, and or maybe like pushing all their charts upstream to us, or what will be the result. But other than this, it would be nice if parallel to this you would make a proposal or start working on the proposal that how do you see in your mind, like where would you put the charts, what would be in the chart, so and so, like some design, because it would be easier to discuss that, if it's okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's try to wait a few days for the response for the people, and then probably for the next call, hopefully I will start doing something.
Okay.
I mean, the design, yeah.
Yep, sounds good. Anyone, any other question?
I had a question. Well, I first of all agree that we need to have this proposal where we discuss about all the testing and where to put and this and that. I'm just curious to know that what is the like plan or use case for Mirantis? Is it so that you need charts for Ironic or IRS or VMO, or do you also have use case for CapM3 and IPM, those kind of components from Metal3?
Yeah, I mean, Miran just uses Metal Cube in various ways. Right now, it tries to follow the very upstreamish way of using this, right? And the blocker is basically absence of charts, so we still need to copy the charts manually and all maintain all the CRDs and all of that. And I mean, it doesn't really make sense to do this work like multiple times. SUSE does that, Orange does that, probably somebody else does that. Other than that, I mean, per metal operator, right? Copy provider, all everything is used there. I mean, we ship our own Ironic, but it doesn't matter from the chart's point. I mean, it's still you can override the image, right? So the chart will be probably the same, just the image is different.
Agree. Yeah, thanks. That makes sense. And yeah, I think when it comes to Metal Cube, it makes more sense to actually, if we have charts, we have it for all the components. But yeah, thanks for replying.
Okay. Good discussion so far. Is there anyone else who would like to add something to this topic?
Just to beat my own drums, and hello, folks. Let's probably at least give it a try to support Ironic standalone operator in whatever the upstream version of it turns up to be. It's also going to prevent us from maintaining a lot of YAMLs, which are hopefully going away eventually.
You mean that when the charts are designed, it would be better to not to need or from the beginning support the IRSO, so not really focus on like separately deploying the Ironic with the charts. That's what you mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Okay. Okay, I will write that down also. Let's not forget.
Yeah, fully heartedly second that. I don't want to see any Ironic YAMLs in the BMO ever again.
That makes sense to me also. I would also second that or third that. But yeah, I support that also. But let's see what will be in the proposal, and then we can put every technical mm, notes there. Okay, anyone else? If not, then thank you, Seri, for bringing this up and taking a driving role in this. Let's see how this goes forward, and let's continue with the next topic. That's from Dimitri related to the eventlet migration.
Yeah, again, sorry for being late for the scalability discussion. That's as a heads up for you. The document you are going to open is quite long, so take your time to read all this. So I'm not sure if you heard or not, but Ironic and generally OpenStack is undergoing a pretty significant migration from the event-led green threads library to, well, whatever else in case of Ironic native threads, actually. There are reasons for that. The library is not maintained. It's ugly. It breaks with every Python version and so on. I can elaborate if you're curious. But what I'm going to discuss here is, yeah, and especially like the logic you see on the screen, the threading model is going to change. So the scalability parameters of Ironic will inevitably change. Hopefully for better eventually, but may regress initially. So from the point of view of scalability group, that's an ideal point in time where we start putting numbers against parameters, right? We start measuring scalability, measuring performance, and some numbers that we can then reproduce and see if things are regressing or moving in the right direction. That is kind of call for actions here, because I know there is some scalability job. I'm not sure what it does or whether we have any kind of numbers coming out of that so that I can build graphs, and see where we're moving. What do you think, folks?
Okay, I mean, it sounds reasonable and useful. I will now just name drop. Sorry, but Kashif, if I remember correctly, one of today's discussion, there was some interest from our side also to like build on top of the existing scalability tests.
Yeah, that is true. And then also one more use case I forgot to mention actually. There was this during this case in Helsinki, the TOC member who is actually reviewing our proposal, Ricardo Rocha, is from CERN. Maybe maybe you know him already. And I was actually having a discussion with him and his use cases, and he was also interested to know what we are doing around IRSO and ironic scalability specifically. So this, I think, would be going towards that direction as well. So very much in favor of the performance and scalability, uh, observability in that sense.
Okay, yeah. So I think we all agree it's just a question of time and manpower. How would you kickstart this, Dimitri? So what I mean is that do you have metrics in mind that we should look for? Because if you have, then it would be easier to cut it up to issues and then let the community work on those.
Yeah, I can work on such list. We should be looking at the number of nodes that can be managed in parallel, like in passive mode. We should be looking at number of nodes that can be provisioned at the same time. We should be looking at number of API requests of different meaningfulness. I can type this stuff if you want to.
I think that would be a big help, honestly. If you would just type down the metrics and then we could come up with some issues, like GitHub issues for this.
Yeah, maybe instead of putting it here, I will write an email to the mailing list with this exact discussion and the specific proposal what we should try to measure. Because as you say, there's a broader audience that is interested in this topic.
Yep, sounds good. Sounds good.
One question though, are we able to actually build up this test on top of what we did on like regarding the fake IPA and this FCAS and all, the current scalability test that we have in CapM3?
I hope it can be built on top of fake APA specifically, because without fake APA, we cannot really test many nodes. I haven't looked at the current test. I'm not sure what it does. Ideally, we should avoid going through the entire copy machinery, just because we're gonna start hitting various bottlenecks in copy itself. So if we do BMO, just raw BMO or even raw ironic, raw BMO is probably easier. That would be ideal. I'm not sure what the job does though.
Yeah, I was actually thinking exactly the same, that perhaps we should add a BMO E2E for that, so that we avoid using the CapM3 for the beginning and just measure the ironic scalability with BMO.
Fair enough. Is it something somebody could start looking at, or should I do that? Because I'm just starting with end-to-end test, to be honest. I wrote my first one yesterday.
And that was great. I would appreciate if you can just open up an issue and then perhaps we could see if we could find someone who's interested to also work into that one.
Okay, great. I'll do that.
Anyone else? Any other comment? I'm just typing away, but because of the recording, it's actually slow.
I would think that it was perhaps also one good time to again ask for interested members for the scalability group, right? It's currently only Dimitri.
Yeah, it seems like that.
I guess I have a level of understanding of the Ironic API and such, so I can be a part of that group.
I can also help regarding the CapM3, the test we have in there. It has some deprecated stuff and needs to be updated. I can help with those things, and also maybe the BMOE to that Dimitri was talking about. If I get time, I can work on that.
Okay. Okay, I will also do the same for the scalability group, adding the names of the members there, as we have for the release team. Let's see how much time we will have, but I think now the interests are converging from multiple direction, as far as I see. Okay, and then you have something else here also, this standalone issue.
Yeah, we don't really need to discuss it right this second, but I also had this crazy idea, which you can read at your leisure time, of how to scale Ironic further, recognizing that we are significantly blocked by the necessity of host networking. So how that is a very, very rough draft of an attempt of scaling past these 3 Ironic instances on 3 control plane nodes. Recognizing, in fact, that a few Ironic nodes can share the same HTTPD, and with a bit of a fancy trick can actually share the same API port. Again, don't need to discuss it right now. If people haven't read it, we can discuss it on the next trashing. I left it on trash on purpose. Just wanted to give a heads up and maybe food for thought for anyone curious. I won't have time to work on it in the near future, unfortunately. So that's why I'm not suggesting we hurry with approving this design.
I just have one question. So the goal or the benefit of this would be, I assume, the responsiveness and the number of nodes that we can manage, right? So nothing else. That's the main goal here.
Yeah, I'd say targeting increasing the number of nodes is the main target, but responsiveness is probably going to improve as a result of it.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Let's then skip this and we can come back to next week to this because we will have triaging. That will be the even week. Okay. Is there any comments, questions about the discussion topics? We are at the end of the discussion topics. We will have a short backlog maintenance or milestone maintenance, actually. Okay. If nothing, then I will just quickly look up if we have all the new milestones, the +2 that we are looking for. So we have 111, 112 for IPAM, and then quickly look that is there anything weird other than the backports. I assume this is a backport. And then question if there is any issue that needs attention, in a sense that we would need to decide which release to target for that issue, because this is also the time if you have questions about that, like you have an issue or a PR or something and you don't know which milestone it should belong to, we could discuss it right now. Otherwise, I will just quickly look through if I see any anomaly. I will move this forward, Adil, if it's okay for you, for 111. I don't think we have this finished. Do you see it? Should I zoom in?
Yes. Okay. So this is.
But yeah, this also seems to be some, like we have this sort of automation or.
Yeah, I think now it's talking about to move everything to one repo instead of maintaining it in separate repos. Move all the scripts to one. I don't know if this issue is talking about it. If it's not, then I think we can close this because we already have this for all the BMO, ICAP-M3, IPEM, everything. We have this automation already.
Yeah, I don't see it mentioning that we would move it to one place.
Yeah, let's see. Can you check the last comment by Tomo? Did he say
Yeah.
something?
Tomo remove the stale. The last comment was 3rd of September last year. I think this is still the original stuff.
Yeah, this is fixed. Yeah, this is fixed. I will quickly check if they in the comments and if there is something missing. If nothing, I will close this issue.
Yeah, okay, I will just write it down. Okay. And the other, I seen there was one task still there for 110, so I will just leave it like that because this is so much tied to 110, this laundry list. So no point moving the 110 laundry list to 111. And other than that, yeah, 111, 112 we have, and no weirdness in any of the other ones. Let's quickly see BMO. It has something still in the 08. That's an uplift. Lifting the tests. Was it also in the test? In the tests. And I think 19, 110. Yeah, so this is already unsupported at the V8. Okay. Okay. And we have 11 and 12. Looks fine. One question, folks. I don't know if we had situations like this, but if we have something open for a milestone and the branch which is unsupported, should we cancel this? Or not? Or do I remember incorrectly that 08 is still supported?
No. We should not merge this.
Yeah.
So this is has probably been open quite a while.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
So tiny text that I don't see it, but.
Oh, I can scroll. I can scroll closer.
Yeah, better. But yeah, 08 is just tested, so we can close this.
Yeah. Okay. Tests. Okay. And we have 09, 11, 12. Looks good. And then we have the image and the ISO. So ironic image 30 will be the next big. We have 31, and you mentioned that will the bug fix be called version 30? Will that be the name, Ricardo? If you are still here.
Yeah, should be 30, I guess.
Okay, but then I will make a 30. What do we have here? 20, 30, yeah, 32, because then this will shortly be used up. So I will do here 32. milestone. And then you have then a due date June 21 for the 30, but I assume then it will be something in May or early June. Should we change this due date? June 21st to something else. Or no?
So I'm going to be out the first week of June, so it's going to be the second one or the third one. So it makes sense to leave 21.
Okay, sure. Okay, let me just refresh this. I actually can't refresh because it is bugged, but 31, 32. Okay, good. And then quickly the last one. Here, so we have V4 and 5. I think that's okay. Those are the upcoming ones. Okay, I think that's all. I have not heard anything related to the milestones, so I think everyone is fine with the content so far, or you are adding the issues when you see fit. So we are done with the checklist. Okay, so is there any suggestion, problem, improvement, proposals, questions to the meeting or to project in general that you would like to mention? Anyone? Okay. If there is nothing, then thank you for your time and attention, and thank you for joining. And let's meet next week at the same time and continue the good discussions. Yeah. Thank you for today. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.